You know the flower of Christmas as the red and green poinsettia, but look closely and you'll find there is a lot more to know about this showy bloom. We're helping you make the most of your poinsettia purchase this year, and for that we go to the guy who grows them. That, of course, our good friend Brian Lloyd. It's great to see you. Great to have you.
Great to see you, bro.
Our producer described this as the Christmas Garden of Eden, and I totally think that totally describes the vibe in the studio today. These are beautiful. They're magical. First, I have to ask. I say poinsettia.
It's whatever you'd like.
What
Poinsettia is correct.
Poinsettia is correct?
Technically, yes, but a lot of people say poinsettia.
Poinsettia. Okay, so tomato, tomato?
It's a little easier to say poinsettia, isn't it?
Tomato, tomato. So are all of the Olson's greenhouses right now full of
They are, but it's changing every day. We're shipping out thousands every day. So 2 weeks ago, we were totally full, 20 acres.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Of poinsettias. And so, yeah, we grow a lot, but we ship them out very quickly. We want to get them into customers' hands so they can enjoy the Christmas spirit just as much as we do in the greenhouses.
Give us a behind the scenes, as we're seeing literally a behind the scenes look at your expansive, amazing greenhouse land. Tell us what goes into growing these. I mean, when does it begin and what's that process like?
So poinsettias actually start in Central America from a mother plant, and they'll cut a cutting off of the tip. They don't start from seed.
Oh.
They start from cuttings, and they'll send that cutting to us overnight. We'll stick it in soil back in June or July.
That's an overnight process. They get it over to you and you immediately get it in the soil.
As soon as they cut it, it's in soil again with us within 24 hours. And, and we start misting it and putting roots out on that plant. And then it grows up, and then it takes about 10 weeks for them to turn color. So they start turning color when the nights get long. When we get over 12-hour nights, so back in September, they'll start their color turning process, and that process takes about 10 weeks before they're in full color.
Wow, so it is a process. I mean, it really is Christmas in July for you. You're growing these plants.
It is, but they're not red. They're all green back then. They look like just any other bedding plant that we grow. So. And
now you're shipping them out all over. These are the poinsettias you grow. We get to purchase and bring into our homes. Talk to me about some of the varieties, because it's no longer just red and green.
Right, right. There's even new varieties of red and white, the traditional colors, coming out all the time with different habits and different leaf shapes and different sizes and all of that.
What do you mean different habits? What does that mean?
Like they'll get cone shaped, or they'll get wider and stronger, or different things they're breeding for.
Okay.
And you don't need to know all that, but what's interesting is when they come up with new colors. So there's some cool new colors up here. Right here, one that came out probably 5 or 6 years ago is called Ice Punch.
Ice Punch.
So it's got the red, but that little pink in the middle, kind of with some white blotted in. But
it's amazing.
That's a cool color because you can match it with other parts of your home. You don't have to go with the straight red.
See, I love pink, so I'm naturally drawn to that. The girly girl in me is naturally drawn to that, but I also love the softer red. Sometimes I think the traditional red is a little harsh for my particular home style, so I love that. Punch?
Sure.
What was it called?
Ice Punch.
Ice Punch, okay.
And then right below it is a marble color. Marbles have been around for a long time, and they're constantly tweaking the way the white come out of the pink, but it's got that marble look.
And for people who love a modern aesthetic, I think that brighter kind of saturated tone really appeals to them. Let's keep going. This is fun.
So over here is red glitter, even though it doesn't have true glitter on it. That's what the breeder named this. And this is a red with white splotches in it.
So the white acts as the glitter effect.
Yeah, some people like that look.
I think it's so
You either
cool.
like it or you love it, I think.
It's kind of a love it, hate it sort of a reaction. And then we've got some of the more traditional red up here too. Right,
and so these are reds, but we've done some techniques with them. So we'll spray in the greenhouse, we'll spray glue on these, and then sprinkle glitter snow on this one. So this actually has the snow look, even though it's obviously not real snow. It would melt pretty quickly.
So you say spray glue. I picture this leaf as being very high maintenance, very fragile. Are they more hardy than we think?
They are. They are hardier than you think, but you have to do it at the right time, Brooke. So if you're going to put glue and glitter on your poinsettias, and if you're going to put glitter, you want to glue them. You want to use a special spray, diluted glue that dries clear.
Okay.
You can get them at hobby and craft stores.
Okay.
But you want to do that when that leaf is fully expanded. So once these are red, like they are now, that leaf is as big as it's going to get. But as they're turning red, when they're going from green to red, the leaf is also getting bigger.
Like here, is this an example of kind of an in progress?
This will probably stay a true leaf. I think there's some that you can see kind of a tinge of red.
Yeah.
Or you can just see some of these smaller leaves right here. So some of these smaller leaves that are already red are going to get bigger. But once they're full size, then you can glue them. They're not growing anymore, and it won't hurt the leaf.
But don't hit them before.
On.
Make sure they're fully grown. And we saw the snow. Here's the glitter effect.
Yeah, so again, we put some glue on and sprayed gold glitter on.
I love it. I love it. We decorate with poinsettias here in the studio. I think it provides such an awesome Christmas vibe, Christmas ambiance. Give us some care tips, some maintenance tips. How can we keep them to live longer?
Okay. Poinsettias are pretty tough. It's hard to kill them.
To hear.
The main thing they don't like is sitting in water, and most of us overwater our poinsettias.
Okay.
So depending on where you put them, they like bright light, but not direct light. So not right in a window that doesn't have a shade on it.
Okay.
You want them close to a window, but not direct sunlight shining on them.
Got it.
So bright light, but depending on where you put them in the house, you can put them in a darker room. They just don't need as much water when they're not in full light.
So how often should we be watering?
So in bright light, maybe every 3 days.
Okay.
In darker rooms, maybe every 5 or 6 days.
Okay.
But the rule of thumb is just stick your finger in the soil, and when the top little bit is dry, that's when they need water. And the best way to water them is take them out of their pot covers or out of their container, take them to the sink and drench them. Get the soil totally wet, and then let them drain for maybe half an hour, and then put them back.
Okay.
If you're going to go check on them after a day or so, or a few hours, you don't want water puddling in that pot cover. You want to take it out and dump that extra water out.
So again, don't let it sit in that pool of water.
As long as you do that and give it the right light, they're going to last at least 4 weeks. So if we buy them right now, we've got them clear through Christmas, and a lot of people keep their plants way longer than that.
I have to say, I think it was just as fun to know the behind the scenes, kind of what it takes to bring these blooms to life as it was to kind of gush over the varieties. There are some beautiful colors to choose from. Where can we get our hands on Olson's
Olson's Greenhouse is a wholesaler, and we sell to Home Depot, to Walmart, Sam's Club, so you can find our poinsettias at any of those locations throughout the entire West.
And I love how you and I have used poinsettia and poinsettia very interchangeably in this conversation. We've gone back and forth. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas.